Okay, everybody, we're back and we're doing Kratky. Now, at first we'd done the bio Kratky and I'd done 4 tomatoes, and this is the result. Scum, kombucha, scum, kombucha. Now, this is koi pond water. It's just got some really interesting biology in here. You know, not quite too sure who's living here, but, you know, they're doing their job. Anyway, this guy sucked out, the first 2 sucked out, probably heat related. This guy sucked out not enough nutrient. This guy, he's doing all right, but you know, you're not going to get any food off of this. So this experiment is done. This is basically green waste or trash at this point, and that water is going to end up on the lawn. Now, we'd used koi pond water to do this. Hi, koi. Now, we've been doing these cuttings, and we did 3 of each from the Herbal Kiddie Pool Garden. Through the magic of Hollywood, we can bring this stuff closer. Okay, we had 1 time suck out. Now what I'm going to do is I had 3 each, in this case 2, 3, 3, 3. This is thyme. This is oregano, tarragon, more oregano. This guy we're not going to do because it's bolting going seed, has no roots, but we're going to do the sage, and we're also going to do the basil because we have 3 of each. Now most of this is going to, 2 out of 3 is going to go into the dirt, and 1 out of 3 is going to go into the Kratky thing. Now I'm an organic gardener, but to do this Kratky thing, we're getting into chemicals. So let me tell you what you're going to need. And we have a cheat sheet right here. Okay, the Kratky mix, you're going to use Master Blend, which is a chemical blend. Here you can get it from Morgan County Seeds, or look for it online. I got a big bag of it. You need calcium nitrate. This also comes in either 5-pound or 50-pound bags, 25-pound. Magnesium sulfate, this is Epsom salts. You get this at the drugstore for soaking your feet when your feet are tired. But what we're going to try to get on an NPK level, sorry, I forgot the P for a second, a nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. K is potassium. So we're going to try to go for a 20-18-38, which seems a little high, but we're going to try to create a liquid solution that we do 1 time, and this is our target. Okay, we're going to try for a pH of 6.4, and I did get out the pH pen to do this. And I'm going to need a digital scale. This is on, and I've tiered it for this bowl, so the bowl doesn't weigh anything right now. And if you notice, we're down here in grams. Focus. G for grams right there. Okay, now you could do units, you could do pounds, but that doesn't work. So we're down in grams. That's important. So for the tomato blend here, we want 12 grams of Master Blend, 12 grams of calcium nitrate, and 6 grams of magnesium sulfate, which is the Epsom salts. If you're doing lettuce, you're going to go 10-10-5 here. But this is the formula for 1 gallon's worth of solution. And what I've done is I've gone out and got basically purified water. Same thing I use to re-water the koi ponds is filtered water, you know, 39 cents a gallon at Walmart or your local store. So I got 2 gallons of this, so we're basically going to go 12 grams times 2, 12 times 2, 6 times 2 on here, and then we're going to mix it up with the water. And I'm going to show you with a digital pen that the water should be neutral or very close to 0 parts per million. All right, I'm going to pour some of this in here, and we'll try the digital scale, the nutrients. By the way, if you have these nutrients, keep them in Ziploc bags and double bag them, triple bag them. Use a quart bag on top of this. The more bags, you know, up to 3, the better, because this stuff is hydrophilic. What it wants to do is absorb water. That's what that means. So that's the Epsom salts with a, hey, a moth got in there. Somebody, God, he died happy. And then this is the calcium nitrate, these little pearls. And then here's the Master Blend. And I do have a measuring scoop here, but I also have all of these measuring scoops. I basically buy lots of measuring scoops. Oh, and the last thing is you want a filter. Okay, you want to be able to put these ingredients, you know, into the water and have them emulsify 100%. Anything that's chunky, that's left over, you're going to take that out of there. So this is a coffee filter, you know. This is a replacement coffee filter for a coffee maker, and I like the fine mesh here because it does a very good job of sieving the granular nutrients when we try to get them into the liquid. Okay, and then I'll show you the jars that we're using and the net cups, and you've already seen these guys. Here, give them a spin. Spin, 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 rotisserie rabbit. All right, I'm gonna cut, and then we're gonna do these ingredients. All right, I had wanted to show you the Hannah combo pin. Turns out I'm out of batteries. I tried to turn this sucker on and no display. So I'm gonna have to get up here and undo the batteries and switch out the batteries. So I can't show you that the water is basically 0 parts per million or something like that. I did get the master blend, which is this greenish stuff, and I shook this out with actually use this repurposed Miracle Grow scoop. What you want to do is come right up to 23 grams and then get a little more and just kind of shake on a little tiny bit at a time until it just peaks. Oh, see, it went from 23 to 24. So it just went over 23 to 24, and the wind is actually changing whether that's the weight. So we're right at 24 grams. You can add a little more if you want to be scientific about it, and you know, you could come just under 25 grams, and you actually have 25 or 24 and, you know, 9/10 or something like that. So we're right at 24 grams. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do that for this next pouch. This is the calcium nitrate. Bear with me. I really need somebody that's... Let me just set that down for a second. Of course the Ziploc is not cooperating. So I just ripped it open because I'm a man. Because I'm a man. Alright. So let's take a semi-heaping teaspoon, and that's probably about as much as 24 grams is anyway. So now let's go to 48. Did I say that, you know, a level tablespoon? So we want to go to 47 and then just shake off a little tiny bit until it changes. There it is, 48. Okay. Now we need 12 minus the moth. That Mothman prophecy went left. So here's the bag. And I need 12 grams, which is half of 24 for everybody that's following along. So we want to end up at 60 now. And it's probably going to only use about half of this. 57. I can do it this way. 60. Okay. Oh, 59. That's what you want. You want it just under 59.60. See, it's right. It's teetering right on the edge. I can put in 1/10 of a gram. It'll balance out at 60. Okay, so 24, 24, and 12 grams. And this is enough to make 2 gallons. This is 1 gallon of water. You see that there's water in there? Yeah, there you go. Earthquake. And then I'll do the other gallon. So I'm going to mix it up this way in here and give it a good stir. And then we're going to filter it through the coffee filter as we dump it into this bucket with the other gallon. And because we don't want any crumbs, we don't want anything left over. We want it completely emulsified and mixed in almost like a colloidal mix. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll come back. Basically dumped that in here now. You can see it's going this green Kool-Aid looking stuff, which doesn't help because inevitably you're probably going to get some kind of algae like that into the Kratky jars. And it's green too, so maybe they made it green so that you don't freak out. And I'm just shaking this back and forth. You can see that the calcium nitrate pearls are basically the last to go. They probably make this for field application, you know, so it goes into the soil. They're not intending to make this into a hydroponic Kratky bottle operation. They probably don't know about it, you know. Have you ever heard of Kratky? Do you know people that do Kratky? If you want to try Kratky, try a bigger jar, and probably opaque is better. I like these Tropicana guys here. I cut off the top with a 2-inch hole saw, and then I put the net cup in there, and I'll show you the net cups in the jars in a second here. I'm just gonna bear with me. You can see we got some crumbs in there. I'm trying to get them in, you know. Cooperate, guys. It's the binders, the things that they use to hold this stuff together. It's probably not a plant food anyway, so you probably don't want it, you know. But you can see the crumbs in here, you know. We're trying. If it can fit through this fine mesh sieve from the coffee filter, which I bought, it comes right off the rack. I found it on a rack at Walmart in its own package. It's basically a replacement. And I had one of these in copper, which I really liked, but this is plastic. It works just as good. You know, I'm not going to try to beat this horse with a dead stick. Did I say that wrong? Too much. See those crumbs? I'm just going to take them out of there. So there's 1 gallon. All right, let's get this material into our bucket, and I'm going to cut and come back for that. So there we go, we've got the bucket. And what I did is I rinsed this out pretty good. There's a little bit of chlorine in the potable water, and I did this in the bathtub. So it's not 100% sterile, but it's a lot more sterile than that, isn't it? Or a lot more sterile than that. Oh my God. So, there we go. Pour this in there. It's twice concentrated. By the way, I pick up these filters where I can when I see them. I think that's an interesting one. That could go on the end of the hose to keep little particulates out of your supply, especially if you're doing siphon mixing or something to that effect. And you thought this was like a channel based on backyard foodies and kiddie pool gardens and stuff like that. Yeah, so we go from the ultra non-sterile, especially the rooting system, to the ultra sterile here. But we're going to introduce those blocks into this. So there's our concentrate. We've gone ahead and double bagged the nutrients. You can see there's 1 Ziploc, that's the pink one, and then the second one, the green one, before I go ahead and put this stuff back in basically just a regular shopping bag. Walmart. So those go away, and then I put those in a dry place away from moisture because they still want to suck up water. But the formula that goes back up on the board over there. And who's this? A little bit more Anchor Hawking. So there is the mix.